Alright, hey guys, OmniGamer here and I'm back with another collection video, and today guys, I'm doing a collection video that I've been wanting to do for such a long time. Today, as you can see, I'm going to be doing an updated Tony Hawk game collection. Now, the last time I showed off all my Tony Hawk games was actually way back in November 2016. In fact, my original Tony Hawk collection video from 2016 was actually the very first collection video I ever did on my channel. And an update is long overdue, especially considering the fact that Tony Hawk is my favourite gaming franchise of all time. And yeah, and since that video, I've gotten quite a few more Tony Hawk games. Not a whole lot, it hasn't changed too much since 2016, but I've definitely gotten some more games since then. And obviously since that video came out, there's been, well, technically 2 new Tony Hawk games released since I made that video, if you want to count like Skate Jam, the iOS and Android game that came out in 2018, but really there's only been one, you know, the Pro Skater 1-2 remake that came out in 2020. That's really been the only Tony Hawk game that's been released since I made my last collection video, at least the last proper Tony Hawk game. And yeah, I want to go for a full set. I want to get every version of every single game, at least all the Neversoft ones, as well as the Pro Skater 1-2 remake, so basically all the good Tony Hawk games. So all the others, like the crappy motion control ones, like Ride and Shred, and also like Pro Skater 5 and all those games, you know, the Robo Moto ones, I'm just not going to bother getting them. Personally, I don't want to buy like 4 bloody versions of those games, you know, considering how like fucking terrible they are. Yeah, I want to get a complete Tony Hawk collection. I want to own every version of every Tony Hawk game, but I'm only going to get every version of all the Neversoft games and the Pro Skater 1-2 remake, as well as, you know, whatever Pro Skater games come out in the future, if they're good, of course. But for the most part, I'll mainly just be focusing on getting a complete set of all the Neversoft games. So eventually that's like my end goal, is that I want to get every single version, literally every single version of all the Tony Hawk games pretty much. And yeah, I'm far from having a complete set. There's still a lot more versions of these games I'm missing, mainly for consoles I don't even own. But yeah, but this is what I got as of June 2022. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Let's just get straight on with the collection. I won't go into too much detail on each individual game, because otherwise this video will be super long. I want to make it pretty short. But yeah, so let's get started. Alright, so I've decided to move the camera up a little bit closer so you guys can see the games a lot better. So let's start things off with the Tony Hawk games released for the original PlayStation, which I've actually got all 4 that came out on that system. So starting off, we have the very first game right here, Tony Hawk Skateboarding, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Alright, and then we have the Tony Hawk games released for the PlayStation 2. So, and I've also got all of those as well. Starting off, we have Pro Skater 3, Pro Skater 4, Underground, Underground 2, American Wasteland, Project 8, Downhill Jam, and Proving Ground. So yeah, and that is actually every Tony Hawk game that was released on the PS2. I only recently completed this set. Alright, and next up we have Tony Hawk games for the original Xbox. So we got Pro Skater 2X, which was only released in North America. Pro Skater 3, Pro Skater 4, Underground, which is the Classics release, Underground 2, American Wasteland, and Project 8. So yeah, I recently completed this set as well. Only about 2 or so months ago, I finally got all the Tony Hawk games for the original Xbox. I had Pro Skater 2X up till Underground 2 for quite a few years, but it was only recently in the past few months when I bought the last 2, American Wasteland and Project 8. And then next up we have Tony Hawk games for Nintendo systems. So starting off with the GameCube, I've only got just 2. So I've got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and Pro Skater 4. I need to get the others, Underground 1 and 2 and American Wasteland on GameCube. Alright, and then for the Nintendo Wii, I've only got just one Tony Hawk game for that system, Downhill Jam. Still need to get Proving Ground. I think that's the only one I'm missing. And then next up we have Xbox 360. So we've got American Wasteland, Project 8, and Proving Ground. There are other Tony Hawks on the 360, but like I said, I'm only trying to get a full set of the good Tony Hawk games, and in my opinion, these were the only 3 good ones released on the 360. Alright, then next we have 2 different versions of the Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. So we got Pro Skater 1 and 2 for PS4, and also Pro Skater 1 and 2 for Nintendo Switch. Alright, so those are all the console Tony Hawk games I own. Now let's move on to the handheld ones I've got. So starting off we have Pro Skater 2 for the Game Boy Advance, complete in box. American Skateland for Nintendo DS. Downhill Jam for Nintendo DS, which I literally just got on the post today as of me filming, no joke. Got Underground 2 Remix for PSP. Project 8 for PSP. And then I've got a few loose cut games right here. So I've got Pro Skater 2 for Game Boy Color. Pro Skater 3 for Game Boy Advance. Pro Skater 4 for Game Boy Advance. Underground 1 for Game Boy Advance. And Underground 2 for Game Boy Advance. The only 2 GBA games I'm missing are American Skateland and Downhill Jam. And then for the DS, the only one I need to get is Proving Ground. And yeah, and I think that's mostly it for the handheld games. There you have it. That is my entire Tony Hawk game collection as of June 2022. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will definitely do an update sometime in the future when I get more games. In fact, the next time I might do an update is actually when I do eventually get a full set. Just to quickly list off all the rest of the Tony Hawk games that I plan on getting, I still need to get Pro Skater 1 for Dreamcast, N64, Game Boy Color and N-Gage. I need to get Pro Skater 2 for the PC, Pro Skater 3 for PC, Game Boy Color and Nintendo 64, Pro Skater 4 on PC and Tapwave Zodiac, Underground on PC and GameCube, Underground 2 on PC and GameCube, American Wasteland on PC and GameCube, American Skateland on Game Boy Advance, Downhill Jam on Game Boy Advance, Project 8 for the PS3, Proving Ground for the PS3, Nintendo Wii and Nintendo DS, and the Pro Skater 1-2 remake on PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So yeah, so those are all the Tony Hawk games I still need to get in order to get a full set of good Tony Hawk games. I'm not going to bother with like the crappy Robomoto ones. Like I really don't want to buy like 4 different versions of Pro Skater 5 because there was 4 different versions of that piece of shit game. Same with Ride and Shred, you know, like all the different versions of that. I'm not going to bother with those. I'm only going to bother getting a full set of all the Neversoft ones, plus the Pro Skater 1-2 remake, and whatever Tony Hawk game comes next, you know, I'll get all the versions of that as well, if the game's good, of course. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and peace, and I shall see you guys in the next one.